Hey, what's up? It's Rashad.
And I'm Keisha.
Hang with the Joneses,
79?
I guess. Today,
Yes.
this was my idea because Keisha doesn't know how to produce her own show. So I came up with the idea of doing a personality test. I think is a good idea, even though we kind of know each other's personalities, for people to, if you don't know what your mate or your friend or whoever, your significant other, I don't know, if you don't understand their personality, like this is just a really good way to kind of introduce their personalities, and also you may have some revelatory moments for yourself and kind of explain like why it is you do the things that you do. So the one that I chose is a personality test from 16personalities.com. That's the numerical 16personalities.com. So definitely do this while we're talking about ours, because it's pretty enlightening. We just did it.
Don't choke.
No, I'm not gonna choke. We just did it, and I did it like Friday or so. So I already know it. I got this. No, I did this. I've been to this. So I already knew what my personality type was.
Probably that in there because wasn't supposed to do until now. Okay, go ahead.
I did this as an assignment.
Okay,
so I had to.
Go ahead.
I had to model the work I did. As part of the.
You don't not produce either.
Part of lesson
You got
plan.
it for somebody. You got the topic for somebody.
I got it from me.
Go ahead.
Don't.
Go ahead. So you put the link in the
In this, yeah, I'll put it in the show
take
description. Yeah, so you can take the test as well.
This is the first time first time for me taking the personality test. Learned today, 5 minutes ago, that he took it already. So what did you get? What was your personality type?
All right, my personality type is a logistician.
What is it?
That is essentially someone who uses logic over everything. Is a thinker. Matter of fact, let me just tell you, here's the first paragraph.
Oh, gosh.
Logisticians pride themselves on their integrity. People with this personality type mean what they say, and when they commit to doing something, they make sure to follow through. And that's a pretty good summation of me. Don't say you want something done and then don't really want it done. I'm gonna be upset because I thought you wanted something done. I'm here to do the thing, and now you don't come through. I'll be mad every time.
I'm reading my results.
All right, so what was your type?
I'm a commander. What do you think about that?
Well, read that first paragraph under it.
Okay, is this?
No, that's introduction. Let's scroll up. Yeah. No.
It took me back here.
There you go. Yeah, introduction.
Okay, commander is someone with extrovert, intuitive thinking, and judging personality traits. They are decisive people who love momentum and accomplishments.
Momentum?
Yeah, I said momentum. My eye hurt. Excuse me, y'all.
All right, don't look at that.
They gather information to construct their creative vision, but rarely hesitate for long before they acting on them. We doesn't want to show. Hold on, my eye hurt.
All right. It really hesitate for, but really hesitate long. Yeah.
The time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life.
Steve Jobs said that as a quote.
So I'm compared to Steve Jobs. That's the kind of personality trait.
I didn't even say my person. All right, so I'd be more frightened by not using whatever abilities I've been given. I'd be more frightened by procrastination and laziness. That's great Denzel Washington.
But you're a procrastinator.
It's real. This is real. Ironic. I procrastinate on stuff I don't want to do.
Look, commanders are natural born leaders. People with this personality type embodies the gift of charisma and confidence and project authority in the way that draws crowds together behind a common goal. However, commanders also can be categorized as ruthless, level of rationality, using their drive, determination, and sharp minds to achieve whatever end they set for themselves. Perhaps it's the best that they make up only 3% of the population.
Yeah.
Lest they're overwhelmed with more timid and sensitive personality type what makes up much of the rest of the world. But we have commanders to thank for the many of the businesses and institutions we take for granted every day. That is so me. How do we get along?
I don't know. I guess it's that old thing with like opposites attract.
Okay, and it has a part like your weaknesses and romantic relationships.
Let's go to strengths and weaknesses first. All right, so
Weaknesses, okay.
yeah, my strengths are I'm honest and direct, I'm strong-willed and dutiful, very responsible, calm and practical, create and enforce order, and jack of all trades.
That one's a lie.
No, definitely not.
That's a lie. Me, my strengths: efficient, energetic, self-confident, strong-willed, strategic thinker, charismatic, and inspiring.
I don't know about all those.
I agree.
With all of those?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Especially charismatic and inspiring. Like, literally, that's my profession.
Yeah.
Somewhat. Energetic.
No. I don't know about efficient.
Well, I'm not efficient.
You're not efficient. You're not.
Why not?
Okay. Do you want to tell everybody how you save phone numbers if you're like trying to jot something down real fast? What's your method of doing so?
Well, what is it?
You'll text me
Yeah, that's
when you have a whole
efficient.
notes app.
That's efficient.
That's not efficient at all.
That is.
It's not.
That's efficient. I think I'm efficient.
Okay. You're not.
Yeah.
Nah, not at all. But yeah, I mean, I don't for like it's interesting because we really shouldn't be getting along, regardless of how this is.
And look, okay, weakness.
Maybe we don't.
My weakness, and I want to be yours. I'm stubborn and dominant. I am. Intolerant is my way or the highway. Certain things I am. What you say?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm impatient.
Yeah.
Arrogant. No, I wouldn't say I'm arrogant.
No, I don't say that.
Poor handling of emotions.
Yes.
Cold and ruthless.
Nah. I mean,
Depending on what it is.
I don't think you're. Yeah.
Depending on what it is.
Not really. Like you're not really cold and ruthless towards me, but you if you want to. Okay. All right. Mine's is.
When I'm done.
Yeah. Mine's are stubborn,
What?
insensitive,
Yeah.
always by the book.
No.
It's not judgmental.
Yeah.
And then when we mean judgmental, it's not talking about like judging people. It's like opinions and facts are facts. Like that's.
And that's very much him.
Often unreasonably blame themselves. That's not me.
It's never his fault.
It's not my fault at all.
Right. And we said that's
I don't have as many faults as you.
But especially with both of us being stubborn, how is this working? And I am impatient. I don't lie about that. I am impatient. If I want something done, I want it done now. But however, I would say I got better with that because he's such a procrastinator. There's some stuff like I'm not as like setting my hooves in because I know like I asked him to do some projects and it hasn't been done yet. And that was like years ago. Like we had a child in that time and it still ain't done. Yeah, he's a procrastinator. But the stubbornness, yes. How do we make that work in our marriage? We both stubborn.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's what a whole. I don't know. I guess just having to be the bigger person. You know what I'm saying? A lot. I just try to make sure. Stop coughing while I'm talking. I'm trying to make sure that that I am the person that resolves the conflicts, and I am the person that is there to be the bigger person and apologize first. Like that's really how we get through it. I know. I'm just telling you how it is.
Might be a lie up here. It might be a lie.
I mean, so what I'm trying to say is like, I'm the reason why this relationship is still standing. Stop coughing while I'm talking, yo.
Your lies is affecting my lungs.
That's crazy.
Look, okay, romantic relationship.
All right.
It said commander approach dating and relationships with a set of goals and a plan to achieve them. That is very much me. So when we started dating, I was like, so what's the goal of this? where are we going with this? Like day one? It's like, so before I get out of college, don't ask me to like, I had a whole plan because I'm like, at the time, like, I'm not just going to be dating. If you don't have any intentions or any goals, we're going to end this right now before we get in too deep. That is so me. Commanders take the lead. Yes. Is that correct? Even when it came to us dating, what do you think? I took the lead.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Because I'm impatient. Love boldly. See, I whispered that one, right? Like, ooh, love boldly. What do you think?
And I guess so. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Once I feel like there's a goal, and
you only got two things.
Yeah, only got two things.
Damn.
Yeah, I was looking like, bro. Maybe turn it upside down.
Nah, it ain't no more page left. All right, I don't think it's one two. One says I'm deeply committed.
Yeah.
The other one says
You have two?
Reliable hearts.
Ooh, explain that one.
It says people with a logistician personality can get so caught up in the belief in their correctness and winning arguments, though they thought were about facts, that they don't realize their partner may have viewed things from a perspective of consideration and sensitivity. That took a really long time.
That is like the basis of our disagreements.
That took a long time to figure out for me.
That's the basis of our disagreements.
Yeah, like I ain't like, what is you talking about, yo? You waste my time. Yeah, that took a long time to figure out for me. I can't even lie. Yeah.
Let me see. Well, how about friendships? What does it have? Because also we were friends before we ever started dating.
Friendships. Go ahead.
Bridging the gap. More enlightened commanders recognize that if there was ever an era where they could learn more from others and improve themselves, it is in the realm of emotional sensitivity to dismiss any aspect of personal growth, borders, or hypocrisy. Friendship with people from the diplomat type group can be especially rewarding for commanders, as they share intuitive traits, foster an instantaneous connection that can bridge the... I'm trying to see. Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah. That was it for you too?
Nah, mine says...
What? Mine's so short.
I mean, it's just one. It says the gift of loyalty.
Yeah, so, I would say that.
Like, we're a very methodical personality type, and loyalty isn't given away lightly. Often sold to make friends, very true. Usually end up with a smaller circle. My circle is hella small, but they consider that circle to represent a promise to be there for people they care about, and a lot of decisions, promises are not easily broken. That is very, very true.
I don't think this one is me for friendship. Only the most hardened rationalists are able to hold their ground against the commander personality, who neither need emotional support nor understanding others' need for it. The lack of sensitivity is commanders' weakness. Commander weakness. The tendency to challenge their friends, question their conclusion, and dismiss emotional arguments as irrelevant is especially difficult for feelings-oriented friends to cope with. I don't think that's part of me. Now, but see, then I have friends, I guess, who would fit that, I guess, because I could go into quickly about.
All right, so let me help you out because you were struggling.
Yeah, now some water.
Yeah, you don't like reading on like.
And I don't have my glasses on either.
That's it. You should put your glasses on. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Shut up.
All right, so feeling oriented friends to cope with. So dismiss emotional arguments as irrelevant is especially difficult for feeling oriented friends to cope with. Either a point is supported by logic and reason, or it is erroneous. So I would say that is true in some situations, because if it don't make sense, it don't make sense to you, and you're gonna ride that fact until it's over.
No, but I have some. But I'm also, because of my profession, I realize that it doesn't necessarily have to make sense to me.
Yeah, I'm just saying in certain situations.
Some situations, I'm like, that don't make sense. Why you did that?
Yeah,
I think I'm pretty much open minded. Like, I'm not with my friends. I'm not judgmental. But then also when it said the dismiss emotional arguments, but it's a lack of sensitivity. I think my friends could be like that. The tendency to challenge their friends, question their conclusion. Yeah, that's definitely my friendships. But I think we challenge each other. Like if I say something, they're like, okay, but what happened? Why make you think that? And if you think about this, and I like that. And I still feel like heard. And
that I understand. I'm not saying is right or wrong. I'm just saying it's you. All right. Next up is parenthood. So
I just look.
So here's what mine says. Mine says people with the narcissistic personality type are often the most comfortable. Their sense of responsibility and honor blends in with with the tradition that has been in place since time immemorial to raise one's children to be respected, contributing members of home and society.
Go ahead, I'm gonna let you read mine.
All right. Yours says most commanders must temper their strong-willed, hyperlogical approach to life in order to make room for their children's needs and feelings. This by no means suggests that people with the commander personality type are bad parents. Far from it. Simply that their relationships with children, who are typically more sensitive and less able to conduct truly rational analysis, require a great deal more emotional tact and personal liberty than they are accustomed to giving. I think this is true in part.
Sweet.
Especially the last part, emotional attack and personal liberty than they are accustomed to giving.
Sweet.
Because if you suffers again, going back to the other point about it has to make, if it don't make sense, then no it don't compute for you. So there is a sense of I need to make sure, like with mom, that like I have everything lined up. I have everything in order. Like I can't go to you with like a half an idea.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Everything has to be there. I need to know who, what, when, why, how, and maybe I'll say maybe.
And look, this part, taking their roles as parent as taking it serious, which I really do. I take my job as being a mother as very serious. Also because of the struggle going through to have them, and seeing that their success is a reflection of my success. Yep, I do feel that way. I do.
Wow. Other ones that like the heading is leading by principle. So people with this personality type are strongly principle, valuing patience and hard work. Qualities children often struggle with. Nevertheless, narcissist children are expected to meet these standards and share these values for their own good. This approach often bears fruit in the long run, while our decisions must keep in mind that their approach creates natural barriers and distance that often leave the children wondering if they're on the same team. So I definitely could understand that. I try not to do that because I've always like my thing is even when we just had Des and they were getting older, like I always have to remember like, oh, okay, you're only 8. You're just 5.
Even now,
man, you
I like shy. Younger, she's 8. Especially when you say the big words, and it's like I'm like, she don't even know what that word means. You just like to listen.
Nah, I be frustrated. I'm like, yo, like.
Like, how about the hypothalamus? She looking like what? I was like, sure, I know what that means.
Yeah. So like for me, like I have to actively like combat that in my mind.
Building emotional tolerance. Commanders welcome differences of opinion, and this is true with their children as well, but we gladly having rational, well thought out discussions about role and responsibility. At the end of the day, commanders expect their authority to be respected. That is so me. Yeah. I expect them coming with a well thought out plan. I'm listening to their pitch. I'm listening to their decision. And then at the end of the day, it's like, okay, so this is what we're going to do, though. Yes. It's about.
Yeah.
Commanders can help to minimize emotional conflict with their children. building trust that will help to smooth the otherwise rebellious teen. Oh, I foster independence.
Do you?
Commanders' parents should remember that a part of developing that necessary sense of independence is being able to control one's own schedule and activities, to chart one's own course, at least to a certain extent. People with the commander personality type would not spare no effort for their children, but it's sometimes the case that taking a deep breath and losing their structure as their children grow and mature does more to achieve their goal of raising capable, intelligent adults than forced extracurricular ever could.
Yeah.
Let's see what career I should have. What do you call?
Yeah, I got a basic career. Basically, said I focus on building long-term, stable careers. Many personalities are flexible, so says focus about, which is ironic because like right now, like that's not even really where my mind is at. Yeah, accountant, auditors, data analysis, financial managers, business management, doctors that identify point critics, such as that. Yeah, I can't really agree with this.
It says executive positions and entrepreneurship is the ideal lines of work for me. Any position high enough that they can't clearly see the horizon. And we talked about all that time. And that's what Rashad tells me, you're not made to work for anyone. And I guess he's right compared to this, huh?
No, for real.
And for commanders, failure is not an option. They conceive a vision of the future, formulate a strategy to achieve that vision, and execute each step with ruthless precision. And that is me. I have a goal. And I came up. Not just say it's we. But I identify goals every year of what we're going to achieve, what we want to achieve, the steps we're going to take to achieve it. And I was just talking on the phone to my uncle's town, like I was just looking at my goals today to say, okay, am I moving closer to it or moving further, like where I'm at on meeting my goals. So that's where I'm very goal oriented, I'm very task oriented. If I have a goal, it's easier for me to work to. And my goals range from one is to start buying stuff for myself. I have trouble. Like my children can need a $50 million such and such. Buy it without a second thought. I can need a 2-cent piece of something and I will hold and diddle-daddle over it because I feel kind of guilty for buying something. No, because I'm cheap. So if it's for my children, I don't mind spending. But for me, I have a hard time. So one of my goals for myself is to spend money on myself. It's okay for me to buy what I want.
Yeah. No, that's accurate. I'm glad you admitted that you were just cheap. Workplace habits. Mine's talks about, I'm classic, hardworking, dutiful employee, positions.
Can we go back? Commanders are visionaries and leaders, not grunt or day-to-day administrators. That is so me.
Trying to tell you.
Oh gosh, that's me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
In all positions, large decisions seek structure, clearly defined rules, and respect authority and hierarchy. I'll be honest, I do like order and rules, but that respect hierarchy, that has to be some sort of like reciprocity there. Yeah, I was born this.
That's what you have. I have like 3.
I got it's a couple things. I'm just reading through it.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go to the colleagues part. So, among colleagues, no one can be trusted most to ensure the projects are finished. They're logisticians, quiet and methodical. People with logistician personality type keep cool keep cool when the going gets tough, but expect their colleagues to share their approach. Significantly, different types, especially more emotional ones, baffle logisticians with their need for emotional support and openness or capacity for dropping something half finished. To us, either something's been done right or it's been done wrong, and sugarcoating it or walking away isn't going to fix it. And that's definitely me.
This is so me. Commander subordinate positions are challenging for commanders, and it takes active management to ensure their satisfaction and engagement. Ever the high achievers, commander subordinates sets out to learn new skills and to seek out new challenges and responsibilities. Eager to prove that nothing is impossible with a little hard work. If things get a little slow, commanders' personalities may slip into periods of absentees. But when they feel involved in the project around them, they prove well organized and well prioritized. That is me. If I see this is going nowhere, if I feel like it's not like we had to stand still, I check out quick. Commanders are sociable and greatly enjoy sharing ideas and critiques in their frequent brainstorming sessions. I do. But once again, once I feel like it's not valued, I'm done. Working with equal, but people must demonstrate that they are equals. Anyone commanders view as being less competent or driven will see only arrogance, condescension, and arrogance.
I told you earlier, yo. I said the arrogance is there a little bit.
Oh gosh. So I would say a lot of this is me. Commander managers are confident, charismatic communicators, and they communicate but one vision to get the job done as efficient as possible and to the highest standard of qualities. And see, even with working for other people, this has been a difficult job because I do ask questions like that, and sometimes the supervisor they look at me like, "What?" And then once I see that, oh, they don't know, I'm done. Like, I ain't gonna help this team. There's no vision for this team. I'm very big on write the vision, make it. Write the vision, make it plain.
Yeah, on the wall.
Yeah, I'm very, very big on that. And when I see that there's no vision and it's not plain, I check out. I'm like, what's the purpose of this? Like I said before, I'm very goal oriented. How are we doing this together? Because I don't think we should be together from this. Like, we don't work together.
Nah, we really don't. And it's weird. It's not weird, but it's funny that one of our main weaknesses is both. It's like the first one was stubborn. Like both of y'all stubborn.
Yeah.
So I think we asked this like a couple of weeks ago. Like how does this work? And
I asked it yesterday.
I'm talking on the pod. Like you did ask yesterday. And to be honest, like the older I get, the less I know. I mean, seriously, I wish I could give like some sort of definitive answer, but I don't know, man. It's just about the sheer grace of God. Because other than that, like I don't really know, especially the way our personality types. Even before taking the test, like we pretty much know like what I do, what you do, what I like, what I dislike, and even allowing for our life changes and shifts. To have grace in between those things because nobody's gonna remain constant. If you do, then there's something wrong with you. And if I did, like you would be mad because you think I ain't got no goals. So
that's a big thing.
There's there has to be some sort of just accepting and like continual acceptance of each other and like whatever part of life we're in.
Yeah. But I think that's the one thing, even for 17, 18, 19-year-old selves until the age I am now, goals has always been important to me. Maybe not knowing at 7, 18, like really realizing it, but goals were like so much that I write it down and check off, like, okay, I met this goal today. And even when we started dating, I think I made that very clear, like, what's your goal?
Yeah.
What's your intentions? What we doing here? And this was like date one. Then even going back, I went back and my mom was like, oh gosh, this is like first time really, even though we were friends, when we started dating, and I'm like, look, listen here. This is what it's going to be.
And when the weird thing was like, you wasn't even like, you didn't even, it just came out of nowhere. I'm like,
yeah.
Like, wow.
It really did.
I'm like, what did you even, this is not even the basis of what we said this was going to be. You know what I'm saying? So it was was very
We
weird.
supposed to be a homely lover friend.
It was very off-putting as a.
We supposed to be platonic.
It was very off-putting as
I was like, look,
as a young
don't ask me
18,
to marry
19-year-old.
you
I'm like,
until we get out, until we finish college. I said, let me tell you what kind of ring I wanted. And wasn't something else I said?
I don't know. It was a whole lot. And I just was like, why are we even talking about this?
Yeah. And then what he did, we got married when I was in college. He gave me the ring I wanted. I was like, see, I told you don't do it. You did it anyway. Yeah, but I don't know how. That's when it comes in, because even looking at what it says on paper, and it's even in my life with certain, like the way I was reared, growing area. Sometimes I look at the statistics of how I'm supposed to be, how I should be, you know me, because of my life history. It honestly nothing but God.
Yeah, I ain't got no real, deep answer. I mean, and even vice versa. Like, should not really be here.
Yeah,
not
but
like
God.
Not like this. So I mean,
so looking at this, it's clearly another one but God. Because by the little, and I use this. Don't get me wrong. It did give me not insight. It's stuff I already knew about myself. However, it doesn't mean this is all correct or all wrong. It's a little fun thing we use. But some of it honestly was true and is me. But part of it is that even though I'm the commander type, which I am, I feel like I'm flexible. Like, tell me your feelings. I want to know.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like, tell me your feelings. I want to know so I can just make my next decision.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Yeah. Yeah. Where we at? I gotta gauge your feelings. So are we on target completing this task?
Yeah.
So I need to fuel you up first.
Yeah,
then we go back to completing our task. Yeah, and sometimes I just know. But even looking at that, to me, it doesn't read out like I should even be in my profession.
No, not really.
Which is so. That's what I'm saying. Even looking when I did this, think about even my spiritual gifts. It don't look like I would have those spiritual gifts.
Nah,
it almost seems like I'm not really good with people. I think I'm good with people. I'm excellent with people.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like I took a test before, and I got the same thing again. So like I was answering honestly, and for me, a lot of it I agree with. Some of it's like that's not really. Of course, it's just these are like generalizations, but it's good to get like a baseline of at least how people kind of tend to view you, and that's what I really gained from this. Some people look at me very, all right, I'm going to do this way. I need to do this. I need to do that, and even how I operate sometimes is really regimented.
And I think that's the work right there. That's how we work right there, because it's really regimented and I'm goal oriented. So having steps to it, that works for me.
Yeah, and as the person who has the steps, it can be very exhausting when the other person don't want to do the steps but want the result. And it's like, what are we doing? I need us to really do this thing. And you're like, all right, got you, Victor.
No, I think that's you.
Nah, you do that a lot too.
The nonchalantness.
No, I'm not. I was being like sarcastic with the response, but like in action, it's like, okay. And sometimes it just be like, well, you had the thing, you had to sell, you didn't do it. Like, hold up, yo. Like,
but it goes back to that. Once I see that it's out of order, I kind of like, come on now, we gotta get this train back on the track. Come on. It's derailed. Yes, and even like that's what increased my level of stress when I feel like things are not on target. I don't think it does for you. What do you say? Like you're like, it'll work out. I'm like, no, we gotta puzzle, make this puzzle. We gotta put stuff in the right place.
Nah. My stress gets up when the effort isn't given. Mm-hmm. Like the steps are there, the plan is in place, but if I feel like it's not, like I again, like it says, like I can't. You may not match my effort, but I want to make sure that you're giving the best effort. If I feel like he's not the best effort, then like I'm shutting down because like I'm not about to waste my energy and you're not giving your 100, your whatever your 100% looks like.
So we're the same on that one too.
Yeah, but it's manifested differently.
Yeah, but pretty much the underlying is the same.
Oh yeah, it's the same, but how it comes about is different. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But so once again, how does it work?
I don't know.
I asked a guest, and that was his question too. Because by this, I'm so much of a commander. Are commanders in relationships?
Most of the time they do. Like it's funny that you're the person that they quoted was Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was notorious, to put it frankly, being an ass. Like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like it was very, hey, we got this. I want y'all to do this impossible thing. If you don't do this impossible thing, I'm going to be very upset. And we're going to work our hardest until the impossible thing is done. And a lot of times you can have that same sort of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And what'll happen is if the impossible thing isn't done or can be done or if things really don't work out how you think it should work out, then all is failed. Yeah. And it's and I know for me, you tell me a lot of times like I'm all or nothing, but with you on that, you are very all or nothing. And it takes some time to kind of massage, hey, this is really a good thing. And then I have to use a little bit of logic to feed into like a lot of your emotion. Like, hey, like, look, we did this, and this, and this. That one thing didn't happen, but look at everything that did happen and look at the results of this. And then you're like, yeah.
Yeah, that's because it's nocturnal.
I really wanted that one thing to happen. Is what?
That's because I have on my blinders. Like if I have my goal is to get to in the rainbow, and I'm in the middle of the rainbow, I haven't achieved my goal. But that's the hard part. Mentally, that's the hard part because I'm not reflecting and looking back to see what I've accomplished. I'm so on like gotta get here, that I don't look. And I do try to force myself to look back, and I struggle to look back on my day. To say, hey, what worked out well? What did I do well? Am I moving forward towards my goal? Or so I told you I actually did that yesterday. No, yesterday or today. It was like, okay, where am I on track with my goal? Because yes, if I have this goal in mind, I don't want to stop at halfway. And to me, if I didn't achieve the whole goal, I didn't move.
Yeah, it was a failure.
It was a failure. And then because I have this sense of perfectionism, mm-hmm. if it's not right, I don't want to do it no more. And that is so my style. If it's not, I'm done. I don't want to do it. Y'all have it. That is.
Yeah, I mean, this has been very unfun but very enlightening at the same time. Again, if you guys actually do this, put your personality type in the comments. Let us know what it is. And ask other people who are close to you, hey, is this me? It's like, y'all, this is how y'all look at me for like this? So definitely.
That's the thing. I don't think other people would see me as a commander.
Some people would. That's neither here nor there. I hope you guys have what?
For the wedding. What was I?
You was commander in chief. You know what I'm saying? Saluting to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, yo, we gotta end this. It's 40 minutes in.
I'm sorry.
But nah, yo, we appreciate y'all. Definitely check us. Thanks for returning back to the pod. And we'll see you, me and Tony, OG, of course, we'll see you guys on Wednesday at 7 with Ahsoka episode 5. And I don't know. Till next time.